welcome to another episode of 5 Minutes with Freed. I'm your host, Michael Freed. I'm a litigation partner in the matrimonial and family law firm of Berkman, Botker, Newman, and Shine, with offices in New York City, Westchester, and Long Island. And today, my special guest is Susan Ganz of Ganz Strategic Solutions. So, Susan, welcome to 5 Minutes with Freed.
Thank you so much, Michael. I'm excited for our conversation today.
Me too. So, Susan, tell us, what is Ganz Strategic Solutions and what's your role in the company?
Sure. So I'm the founder of the company and also chief of staff and business strategist, as I like to say. And I also like to say that I operate at the intersection of human behavior and business because I have an undergraduate degree in psychology and a master's degree in strategy and finance. And really early on in my career, I discovered how lonely it gets at the top, such that the C-suite doesn't have a sounding board, people to talk to around their different business issues. And that's the role that I play with my clients. So they're thinking about, well, how do I get to the next level of growth? Or I want to sell my company in a few years, or I'm trying to get to that next level and I'm not sure what's getting in the way. So that's where I work with clients to get very clear on, well, what's their vision? What's important to them? What's their values? What's the special sauce of the company? And then take the temperature of, well, where are they today? What's the current state? And then help them to navigate and going from where they are today to where they want to be.
Perfect. So, Susan, you know that I'm a matrimonial and family law attorney. When would my clients most often require your services?
So sometimes there are business divorces, like there are people divorces, or in the process of people divorces, there are business divorces that happen. So when that comes into play, people are in the process of, okay, what do I do next?
Sure.
And I'm actually embarking on that process with another client with a family situation where they're looking at, well, where do we go from here? What are those next steps? And sometimes it's also about having executives kind of rediscover their strengths and who they are and what they want to do next. Because you know very well that sort of divorce process is not an easy process. So it's a bit of business psychologist and hand-holding and business consultant at the same time.
Sure. So, Susan, what's the best way for a prospective client or other professional like myself to contact you?
Absolutely. A few ways. You can get to me on my website, which is GanzStrategicSolutions.com, and Ganz is spelled Ganz. You can link in with me, the Susan Ganz of Ganz Strategic Solutions, or email me directly at susan@GanzStrategicSolutions.com.
Perfect. So now, Susan Ganz, we have now come to the most important part of our show. And that happens to be the question of the week. So, Susan Ganz, this is your question of the week. You're transported to a universe that requires you to eat the same meal every day for breakfast, the same meal every day for lunch, and the same meal every day for dinner. What would you eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and why?
So I love this question because if it were up to me, I would eat potatoes, any form of potato, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I was happy to do that, especially when I was in Ireland. And so you might want to say, well, why potatoes? For me, I just have very fond memories. It's comfort and joy for me. It's about remembering my grandmother making me special potatoes, or an older cousin of mine when she said, what do you want to eat? And I said, French fries from scratch. She's like, what?
Oh, oh,
And
that's
she asked, I answered.
right, right. Wow.
And then it's also the joy that I have in putting my twist on potatoes and making something special for Thanksgiving.
That's great. What a great answer. Susan Gans, you've said it all. You're helping clients strategize one day at a time. And I want to thank you for being a wonderful guest on 5 Minutes with Brief.
Thank you so much for this opportunity, Michael. I so appreciate it.